What the hell is going on with Khabib? Today, we are going to take a look at what these stories are. He has been linked to somebody that committed terror acts in Dagestan. His money is being seized by the Russian government. He allegedly owes over $3 million in taxes, and it looks like he won't be returning to Russia anytime soon, which is where his wife and kids supposedly are. So today, we're going to take a look at just exactly what's going on. And obviously, it wouldn't be a Khabib headline without Conor McGregor making a comment on it. So we're going to get into all of that today. So stick around to hear exactly what's going on with Khabib and Conor. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Okay, guys, so we have an article from Sports Politica written by Karim Zidan today, July 1st. It says, Khabib's gym raided after terror attack. Here's what you need to know. UFC star Khabib Nurmagomedov's gym in his native Dagestan was raided after it was discovered that one of the gunmen involved in a recent terror attack trained there. Here's why this matters. And then you have a picture of him right here. So here you have the article which says, on Friday, June 28th, Russian security forces stormed an MMA gym belonging to UFC star Khabib Nurmagomedov. Footage released on Russian outlets showed armed law enforcement officers surrounding the gym, which is named after Nurmagomedov's late father and revered coach Abdul Manap. And then here is the video. This is an overhead shot of what looks like armored vehicles surrounding the gym at Eagles MMA. And you can clearly see that there's armored vehicles, Bearcat, SWAT truck type vehicles. And it says the raid took place days after Sports Politica reported that one of the gunmen involved in a recent terror attack on Christian and Jewish houses of worship in Dagestan previously trained at Nurmagomedov's gym. At least 21 people, including 16 police officers and a priest. Law enforcement officers reportedly identified several fighters connected with the extremist after questioning those in attendance over the course of 2 days. A check of documentation is being conducted. A law enforcement source told Interfax it is connected with the terrorist attacks that took place in Makhachkala and Derbent, one of the liquidated fighters previously trained at this club. And here's the original article that says, Gadzhimurad Kagirov, an MMA fighter affiliated with Khabib Nurmagomedov and his late father Abdul Manap, was one of the militants deceased following a terror attack in Dagestan. The article says, the aforementioned gunman, whose name is Gadzhimurad Kagirov, was a master of sport in freestyle wrestling who transitioned to professional MMA afterward. The 28-year-old accumulated a 2-0 pro record while representing Khabib's Eagle MMA Fight Club, a training facility founded by jailed Dagestani oligarch Gadzhimurad Magomedov. It was renamed after Khabib's dad after he passed away of coronavirus. Now, we have a callback to Conor McGregor talking about this very specific thing right here. Training facility founded by jailed Dagestani oligarch Magomedov. And here we have is a clip from the UFC 229 press conference, Khabib versus McGregor, where Conor McGregor mentions Magomedov, the oligarch that funded Khabib's gym allegedly at the start of his career.
You come for money, I come for legacy.
I have money.
This is different. This is different.
Why you took money from Magomedov? Hold on, you took money. You took money from Magomedov, and you were a little lick-ass rat. Now what? Putin locked him up. Say something to Putin about locking Magomedov up. Say something. Ask him to release him again. Ask him to release him. Oh, now you don't understand. You mad rat. Talking about money, you don't do this, you don't do that. You're a fake lying rat. A fake lying. I'm real. I wear it on my chest. There's a gorilla on my chest. I wear it proud, mate. I don't lie about nothing. You're saying it's not about money, it's not about legacy. You're a lying bastard. When money got pumped into your camp by that little scumbag that's now in a little April 10 cell, you thought you were a don. Now look at you. Now look at you there. Stay you now, not a bean. And you haven't got a washer. No money left.
If you're a question, ask.
But anyway, unsheva life. And this beautiful.
You look like.
And many people didn't know about it at the time, but that is the Magomedov that's mentioned in this article here as the Dagestani oligarch that funded Khabib's gym. Khabib says in response to this, it is wrong to call him a pupil of Abdul Manap Nurmagomedov's school. This is not true. In 2021, he came to the gym with his older brother, sparred for a month or so. That's it. He was never seen in the gym again. Sports Politica can confirm that other MMA gyms in Dagestan are facing similar raids in the wake of the recent terror attack. Meanwhile, politicians and leading figures, including members of Russia's Presidential Council for Human Rights, have accused Dagestani MMA fighters and their, quote, spiritual leaders of spreading extremist ideologies. It is also worth noting that Nurmagomedov's name, this is not the first time it's been associated with extremists. Following his victory against Conor in 2018, Khabib was pictured in Dubai alongside Sagid Murtazaliev, an Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling who was accused of financing terrorism and is suspect in several murders. He fled Russia and is wanted by the government. However, Nurmagomedov's issues with the Russian government don't stop there. The former champion is caught in a web of legal problems, including tax evasion, which make it unlikely he will return to Russia anytime soon. So there's where we're at right now. But like I mentioned in the Conor clip from the press conference, Conor has been talking about this for quite some time. We have here Conor referring to Ali Abdelaziz, who is Khabib's manager, also manages a lot of the prominent Muslim fighters, allegedly being involved in some extremist action. So here it is, this right here, this tweet from Mick O'Keefe says, in 2018, Conor McGregor called out Khabib's manager for being a, quote, terrorist rat. A few days ago, a man who trained in Khabib's gym was involved in a terrorist attack in Dagestan, which resulted in the deaths of 19 people. Here's the clip, courtesy of the UFC 229 press conference.
Abdelaziz, mad terrorist, terrorist snitch. I know a lot about you as well, you mad rat. I know a lot about you as well. You keep your mouth shut, kid. Let me take my picture. How's Noah? How's Noah, huh? Yeah, shut your mouth. Never speak about me, ever in your life. Watch yourself around me, because you'll be out here quick.
So there's Conor McGregor pointing out more shady action surrounding Khabib Nurmagomedov back in 2018. We also have the mugshot as well. This is from Wonderbread MMA. Never forget this fact. Ali Abdelaziz tried to fly with multiple identities while being sponsored by the Egyptian government. As a result, he is now an FBI informant and cannot leave the USA. Now, there's definitely a little bit of shadiness here. Maybe Khabib is a good guy and he just happens to be around some people that are into some extremist, violent things like that. But they do say guilty by association. You are who you hang out with, as the old saying goes. So, according to Russian media MASH, Khabib has also had all of his bank accounts seized due to his debt of over $3 million. They've also allegedly frozen the accounts of Eagle MMA or Eagle FC, the promotion that he once ran, which some people say, I'm not saying this myself, but some people saying that it was a money laundering operation for people in the Middle East. But Khabib does look relatively unbothered by everything that's going on. He is just chilling, going to soccer games, getting coffee. That's the stuff that I've seen of him. But there's definitely someone that we are very familiar with that is very concerned with what's going on with Khabib. So it starts off with Conor reacting to the raid on Khabib's gym. This post is from my guy Fightwave. Shout out to him. And he says, hashtag Conor was right. Now, obviously, he's pumped about this, but then he follows it up with, they call me Mystic Mac, shit on the bus terrorist. And he says, Ali Aziz, get over there quick and see what's going on. Oh, I forgot. You can't, as you were detained from a flight on 9/11/2001 and caught in possession of 5 different passports, leading you to turn informant against your terrorist jihadi cell to save your own rat skin. And it cuts off there. The tweets were deleted. So that's the best that I can do for you guys in regards to that one. Conor follows it up with, broke and on the run. If you see him, tell him push-ups for cash. And capped off with a wild quote from Conor McGregor. I fought this little bitch made rat with a full broken foot. I should have postponed like I did this time. For what did I give this little cousin fucker any advantage for? He shit himself on that bus and showed his true chicken heart. Bitch made, spoiled rat. Now you are fucked. When you are deceased, I celebrate, which is some pretty dark shit to say about somebody. When you pass away, I celebrate. But this brings me to a point that I made on my video about Noche UFC Riyadh season just yesterday. There's your boy right behind me, obviously myself. But right here you have the Saudi oil money that's playing a big part in the UFC right now. The UAE government also owns 10% of the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. The people, and I'm not generalizing. This is a little bit testy waters, okay? I'm not generalizing about groups of people. What I'm saying is that Khabib is involved with potential extremist groups, and the people at his gym are. They tend to come from a certain, I have to say this very carefully. I have to say this very, very carefully because it's a little testy, and we're getting into a little bit of murky water here. So while it's completely plausible that people in the Middle East that have a lot of money like combat sports, they like the athletes that are good at combat sports that also share a religion as them, such as Khabib, Islam Makhachev, Khamzat Chimaev, and that's why they're getting so many big events with those guys in main events over there. UAE owns, I think, 10% of the UFC. The government owns it, if I'm not mistaken. Saudi Arabia put $20 million into a site fee for the Whitaker versus Alaskarov card. They put another $40 million towards a site fee for a big card late 2024 or early 2025. And they're the naming partner for Riyadh season UFC Noche at the Sphere, which was formerly UFC 306. This is the first time we've had a pay-per-view renamed. It's just not a numbered card anymore. They've put a lot of money into this sport. Maybe they're a fan of the people that are good at the sport, great at the sport, that share a religious or ethnic background with them. But at the same time, those fighters have been tied to some very shady figures. You have what's going on with Khabib that we've talked about today. Khamzat Chimaev allegedly unable to get into the US and to other countries around the world because of his alleged relationship with a warlord from a certain part of the world. You guys can piece some things together. I'm trying to work around the YouTube algorithm a little bit here. There's certainly a possibility all of this is connected, that you have, I'm getting a little tinfoil hat here, but you have people that have close relationships with these people in power that are also putting a lot of money into the UFC, and those fighters also have ties to people that have done some terrible acts against people that don't have the same religious beliefs as them. So do you guys think the UFC is getting into some murky water, some thin ice here, being involved with these people? Let me know what you guys think. It's already clearly taken an effect on bookings and refereeing, because Sharaput Nurmagomedov got away with a cage grab that defended a takedown. And then you also have Antonio Tricoli in the same fight with a very minor cage grab lose a position, where Sharaput Nurmagomedov had a much more blatant cage grab, completely just a warning, soft warning from Mark Goddard, got away with it. And then you also have Ikram Alaskarov getting a main event against Rob Whitaker, Umar Nurmagomedov getting a main event against Corey Sandhagen. Do you guys think that the oil money coming in from the Middle East is diluting the competition in the UFC? Or do you think maybe I'm just being a little paranoid conspiracy theorist? So let me know what you guys think. What do you think about all of this going on? Personally, I'd be slightly worried. I think that the money coming in from the Middle East is potentially going to dilute the integrity of the sport, but there's not a whole lot of integrity to begin with. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want extra content aside from my regular videos, make sure to become a channel member today to get access to members-only live streams and other bonus perks. Click the link in the description down below, or click the join button on our channel homepage. If you're interested in non-MMA content from me, make sure to check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World.